everybody, welcome back to another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News, the show that may or may not be 5 minutes. Today in the news, what a night we had. Ignoring the weirder moments from the Game Awards last night, which, honestly, award shows always have a little bit of cringe to them, and none of that really deserves to be talked about. And sure, the awards themselves were kind of predictable, except for the fact that it was God of War's night until Elden Ring won Game of the Year at the end, which I don't know if it was a surprise or not, but it was certainly well deserved. But instead of talking about all of that, can we talk about these reveals? Not only did we get the promised Final Fantasy XVI trailer that just blew my mind, but we also got Hades 2, Death Stranding 2, Jedi Survivor. Hell, Idris Elba is now in the Cyberpunk DLC, which technically means Idris Elba and I are in the same game, and I think that means we're best friends. There was even a trailer for the new Bioshock-esque game Judas, and then a ridiculous trailer for Street Fighter 6, which was amazing and makes me want to play it even more. There's a Hellboy game, Returnal's coming to PC, Dead Cells has a crossover with Castlevania, the Celeste team has a new game coming out called Earthblade, and that's just the ones I can... Tekken! How can I forget about Tekken? Oh my god, and then there's Crime Boss, which is a game that apparently has every damn actor from the 90s in it, and just when I thought, damn, that's a lot of reveals. Armored Core 6, son! Holy shit. I mean, I knew they were working on it, but to just see it as a real thing, that was beautiful. Myself and all of chat lost our minds. Like I've said 1,000 times, the award part of the show is hit or miss. It's awkward and sometimes cringe, but that's all award shows. This, though, when Keeley said, "We have things to show you," dude was not lying. That was so hype. I am very excited for 2023, and I hope you all are too, because the beginning of next year is going to be wild. I'm ready, y'all. Speaking of the Game Awards, last night we saw a new cinematic for Diablo IV. It was amazing, like all Blizzard cinematics are. But that doesn't mean things are all peachy keen over at Activision Blizzard, because the same day we got that trailer, articles began popping up all over the internet about the background of Diablo 4's development. And as you probably can assume, it's a lot of crunch as Blizzard tries to make that thing get out the door on time. The Washington Post reported that the Diablo 4 team is mired in long hours, and the company is offering insufficient perks in exchange. While the company has not explicitly required working overtime, Blizzard has offered a variety of incentives to keep employees at their desks. These range from $25 DoorDash credit for employees who work over 10 hours a day to gaining company stock shares after the game ships. But as the article goes on to say, not everyone is enticed by this. In fact, many people are leaving and their replacements are simply underqualified compared to the person that left. And this is leading many people to think that maybe it might be shipped in June in an unfinished state. And to help get Diablo 4 finished, Blizzard brought on Vicarious Visions, renamed Blizzard Albany, and put industry vet Rod Ferguson in charge of the Diablo franchise. Ferguson reportedly holds weekly Zoom meetings where he discusses the team's problems with attrition and employee concerns, but often centers on his own interests like celebrities he's met or movies he's enjoyed. Adding Blizzard Albany to the project has also added to the chaos, creating problems with duplicate work. And all of that is going on while Blizzard QA workers like those at Blizzard Albany are trying to fight for unions to get better treatment so they don't have to work through things like crunch. And of course, Blizzard released a statement saying it's not true and that it's a lie, and yeah, they'll keep saying that until it's proven that it is not. In the meantime, Diablo 4 has released all of the many ways you can buy the game, and with a lot of the people who played it this past week saying it's good, I don't imagine any of this will affect it in the long run, because that's how the games industry works. We'll sit here and be like, "That's terrible, I can't believe they're doing this," and then it'll go on to sell 15 million copies, so just look out for that. Anyway, it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's time for your Cred Minute.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Cred Minute, my once a week segment where I have to talk about whatever I want for a minute. This week I'm talking about the Pokemon game Rival. I found that the new Pokemon game Rival is way too nice. In fact, creepy sorts of nice. Like, they essentially are like, "I'm gonna become your friend. It doesn't matter. You don't get a choice." They're just straight up like, "I'm your friend. All right, you better like it." And they're like, "Hey, do you want to challenge me in a Pokemon battle?" And you're like, "No, I'm good." And they're like, "Well, too bad. You're doing it." It's weird. All right, back in my day, you used to have the Rival take the Pokemon that counters yours. Now they take the one that gets countered by you, which is stupid. And then you would, progress throughout the game, and they're just like, yeah, I'm going to beat you. I'm becoming the best Pokemon person ever, right? That's what happens. And then eventually they are the best, and then you fight them, and you beat the best, and you become the best, and they're like, hey, you know what? That sucked, whatever, but you know what? You won fair and square. Congratulations, right? And that's that. It's a good old-fashioned rival battle, and now the rival has just become your weird, creepy friend. And I don't like that. That's my Cred Minute.
Thanks, Crendor. He has been ranting about that all week long, and I'm so glad that is what he picked for this week's Cred Minute. Anyway, that is it for the show. Thank you so much. Hey, before we go, if you're interested in Patreon right now, over on the Patreon, we are doing a sort of like choose the best stuff from 2022, and you get to decide, and I'm so thankful that you're doing that, because turns out there's a lot of things that I wouldn't even think of as the best, but y'all seem to love it, and so I'm totally here for it. So head on over there and join Christian Garcia, Duchess Nicole, and Marius Kluskaru. That is it for me. See y'all Monday for another episode of 5 Minute Gaming News.